day to all of you students. Welcome back to my channel MathAmaze. And the series which we are doing right now is Geometry Made Easy. And today we are conducting the last lecture of Theorem of Pythagoras, right? So we all know we are conducting Pythagoras theorem right now, the session of this chapter. In this series we have completed 5 lectures of Pythagoras theorem. Today the last lecture is lecture 6 for Pythagoras theorem. Now last year, I mean to say, as per the new board syllabus of of course the sums based on Apollonius theorem and application of Pythagoras theorem I have not included here. So these are all those sums which comprises of the board syllabus, right? So today we'll be starting with lecture number 6. Let us start with sum practice set 2.1, sum number 5. For finding information AB and BC with the help of information in the given figure, complete the following activity. Okay. So for finding AB and BC, there is a activity. We have to solve the sum, only fill in the blanks type. The sum is given to us, the figure is given to us. So this is the sum in front of us. Okay. We have to just fill in the boxes. But to fill in the boxes, you should not by heart it and memorize it. We have to understand how did we get this. Okay. So for that, this sum I am explaining it to you all. So students, we all know the triangle ABC is the right angle triangle, right? Where angle B is 90 degree. Second information, AB is equal to BC. Now AB, BC both are equal. Now students, tell me, if AB and BC are equal, can we say it's an isosceles triangle? And we know that in an isosceles triangle, angles opposite to congruent sides are congruent, right? So if both the sides are equal, AB and BC are equal, then angles opposite to congruent sides are congruent. We know this. So which two angles would be congruent? Yes. If these two sides are equal, we can say angle BAC, that is angle A, would be congruent to angle C, that is angle BAC is congruent to angle BCA, right? Perfect. So here, what are they asking us? They are asking us to find the value of angle BAC, right? So students, let us see. We know that the angles are congruent, so angle BAC is equal to angle BCA, right? Both these angles are equal. So since we have to get the value, let us assume the value of angle BAC and BCA both to be as x. Since we have to find the value of angle BAC, we know that both the angles are congruent, so we are assuming the value to be as x. But students, we all know triangle BAC is a right angle triangle, and in any triangle for that matter, it might be right angle, obtuse angle, acute angle, any triangle, sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So here we can say angle BAC plus angle BCA plus angle ABC, all the three angles is equal to 180 degree. So their sum is 180 degree, we know. So now we'll substitute the values. We know the value of angle BAC as x, plus we know the value of BCA as x, because BAC and BCA both are equal and they're equal to x, we have assumed. Plus angle ABC, angle B is 90 degree, so plus 90 is equal to 180. Now x plus x is 2x, so therefore 2x is equal to. Now students, if plus 90 shifted to the other side, I repeat, plus 90, if it is shifted to the other side, it will become minus 90. So 180 minus 90 would be 90 degree. So now we have got 2x is equal to 90. Now we have to get the value for x. So students, 2 into x. So if this 2 has to be shifted on the other side, it would be divided because 2 is multiplied with x. If 2 is shifted to the other side, it would be divided. So therefore we can say x is equal to 45. 90 upon 2. 90 upon 2 is 45. Now x is 45. X is 45 means what is the value of angle BAC and BCA both? We can say value of angle BAC and BCA both 45 degree. We wanted value of angle BAC. So can we say therefore angle BAC is equal to 45 degrees. So now we have understood that this box will be filled with 45 degrees. So we have got the answer for BAC as 45 degree. So I hope all of you have understood how did we get 45 degree. Of course, that solving part you don't have to solve or show it in the sum. You just have to fill in the box. But then to fill in the box, we should know how did we get that answer. Got it? Next, if you see AB and BC both are equal, and we know that side opposite to 45 degree is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. Angle is 45 degree. This angle is also 45 degree. So we know that side opposite to 45 degree is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. So AB and BC both are the sides opposite to 45 degree. So since they both are sides opposite to 45 degree, we can write this box with 1 upon root 2. Right? So now further, 1 upon root 2, we know the value of AC as root 8. So 1 upon root 2 will remain as it is in the box. So 1 upon root 2 into root 8. Now here are students, many they make a mistake. Root 2 ones are, root 2 fours are. No, this is the wrong way of doing mathematics. Okay? ऐसा calculation नहीं है. So what we can do is, root 8, अगर उसके factors निकालेंगे, एक perfect square और एक normal number. So 8 का factors is 4 twos are. 8 का factors 4 twos are. And 4 being a perfect square, if you take, or if you can write root 8 in other way, you can write root 8 as 2 root 2. 2 root 2. Because ये 2 बाहर आया, मतलब अगर square root के अंदर लिखेंगे तो इसको 4 लिखेंगे. ये 2 square root के बाहर आया. अगर square root के अंदर लिखेंगे तो इसको 4 लिखेंगे, तो 4 2 कितना होता है 8. So root 8 is written as 2 root 2. And 1 upon root 2 as it is. Now here what we can do is, root 2 and root 2 can be cancelled. Root 2 and root 2 can be cancelled. So we have got the value for AB and BC both. So we can say therefore AB is equal to BC is equal to 2 units. Did you understand this sum? Easy. So students, this sum will come for 2 marks because each box may carry half mark. Did you understand? Fine. Okay. The problem set 2, sum number 16. Now students, this is a very important sum of this chapter. Okay. Already in my last lecture, lecture number 5, we have done such a sum. In that sum, we had to find a value, but here we have to prove something. So it's the same type of sum, but then slightly different than the earlier one. So I request all of you all, do not take a pause in between while learning this sum. If you want to take a break right now, take a break. After 5 minutes or after 3 minutes, you can resume back. But once we start listening to this sum, please do not take a break in between. It will take at least 15 minutes to complete the sum. Okay? So I want you all to view and listen this sum in a continuous process. Alright? So let us see what is the information given in this sum. In this sum, it's clear cut given to us that triangle PQR is an equilateral triangle. So we all know the triangle is an equilateral triangle. If the triangle is an equilateral triangle, what can we say about their sides? Okay. We all know in an equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. So which triangle are we talking about? Triangle PQR. So which are the 3 sides? PQ, QR and PR. So can we say all the 3 sides are equal? So we'll mark this as equation number 1. And reason is sides of an equilateral triangle. So PQ, QR, PR, all the 3 sides are equal. Equation number 1, reason, sides of an equilateral triangle. Did you understand this? Fine. Okay. Further information given to us is QS is 1/3 QR. QS is 1/3 QR. Right? Now we have to prove that 9 times PS square is equal to 7 times PQ square. 9 times PS square is equal to 7 times PQ square. So now if you look at left hand side, forget about the numbers. Numbers will automatically be taken care of. Don't worry about 9 and 7. Just think about PS and PQ. Now if you look at PS square, now students, we all know very well, squares of sides in this chapter normally deals with right angle triangle. Right? Pythagoras theorem equation, all the sides are in square. Right? So PS square we want. So students, if we want PS square, to get PS square, we require a right angle triangle. Now how to get a right angle triangle? We all know very well, it's an equilateral triangle. So we can draw height perpendicular to the base. So from P, if you draw perpendicular, now here few students may say, sir, can we draw height from Q or can we draw height from R? Yes, we can draw, but don't do that mistake, because if you draw height from Q, it will intersect PS, which is of no use. If you draw height from R, that also will intersect PS. It is of no use. So draw height from vertex P. Okay? Means कहने का बात ये है कि PS should be a side of a right angle triangle. PS should be a side of a right angle triangle. तो आपको परपेंडिकुलर ऐसे बनाना है कि PS उस right angle triangle का साइड हो जाए. Right? So now we can say we have drawn PT on our own. क्वेश्चन में किधर भी इसका बात नहीं किया था. So that's construction. Construction में बोलेंगे draw segment PT perpendicular to side QR. Right? ये construction हो गया. So now since we are focusing on PS, we know that PS belongs to triangle PTS. Now in triangle PTS, angle PTS is equal to 90 degree we know. And why it is 90 degree? Because of construction. So students, we know angle PTS is 90 degree. That means it's a right angle triangle. Now in a right angle triangle, definitely हम लोग एक चीज तो use कर सकते हैं, that is Pythagoras theorem. So we can say therefore PS square is equal to PT square plus ST square. We'll mark this as equation number 2, reason by Pythagoras theorem. Now इसको equation 2 क्यों मार्क किया? कुछ बच्चों को डाउट आता है, सर हमें कैसे पता चलता है कौन से इक्वेशन को नंबरिंग देना है किसको नहीं देना है? स्टूडेंट्स, हमें PS स्क्वायर एंड PQ स्क्वायर का रिलेशन चाहिए, बराबर है ना? पाइथागोरस थ्योरम यूज करेंगे तो ना PS का वैल्यू पता है, ना PT का, ना ST का, किसी का भी वैल्यू पता नहीं. मतलब यू कैन नॉट प्रोसीड विद दिस इक्वेशन फर्दर. किसी का वैल्यू वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं पता. सो विल मार्क दिस एज इक्वेशन नंबर 2. वहां पर रुक गए, पता नहीं आगे क्या करना है. बट हमें इतना पता है कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में अगर PS स्क्वायर है, क्वेश्चन में हमें लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में PS स्क्वायर तो मिला है, राइट हैंड साइड में क्या चाहिए? PQ स्क्वायर. यहाँ पर क्या है? PT स्क्वायर और ST स्क्वायर. मतलब एकदम क्लियर है, वी वांट PT स्क्वायर इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ स्क्वायर. मतलब वी वांट एन इक्वेशन विद PT एंड PQ, देन वी वांट एन इक्वेशन विद ST एंड PQ. That means we want PT square in terms of PQ square, or we want PT in terms of PQ, और मतलब हिंदी का और and ऐसा ST in terms of PQ. मतलब PT का एक इक्वेशन चाहिए in terms of PQ, फिर ST का एक इक्वेशन चाहिए in terms of PQ. तो अपना काम हो जाएगा, right? So इक्वेशन 2 बोल के यहाँ पर इसको छोड़ दिया है. Now let us focus on PT. We want equation in terms of PT and PQ. So tell me students, PT and PQ, figure को ध्यान से देखो. PT and PQ, they both belong to which triangle? Clearly आपको दिखेगा triangle PTQ, बराबर? PT and PQ belong to triangle PTQ. Now इस triangle में हमें clearly पता है कि angle PTQ is equal to 90 degree. कंस्ट्रक्शन से, बराबर है? इसके अलावा कुछ पता है कि ये आपको समझना बहुत जरूरी है. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज बहुत सारे बच्चों को और कुछ दिखता नहीं, आपको देखने को आना चाहिए. स्टूडेंट्स, क्लियरली इट इज सीन एंगल Q, ट्रायंगल PQ और इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल बोला है, तो सिर्फ साइड से काम नहीं चलेगा. वी शुड नो दैट इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल के हर एक एंगल का वैल्यू कितना होता है? 60 डिग्री. सो हाउ मच इज एंगल PQT? Angle Q is 60 degree. Reason, angle of an equilateral triangle, right? So students, we know now angle T 90 degree है, angle Q 60 degree है. So how much is angle TPQ? Angle P का बात हो रहा है. How much is angle TPQ? Yes, we can say angle TPQ is equal to 30 degree. Reason, remaining angle, बराबर है. So now students, pay attention. In this triangle PTQ, one angle is 90 degree, second angle is 60 degree, and third angle is 30 degree. मतलब 30 degree है, 60 degree है, 90 degree है. So can we say, therefore triangle PTQ is a 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle? बोल सकते हैं ना? Now we know very well, if the triangle is a 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle, we can use 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle theorem. अब क्या यूज कर सकते हैं? थ्योरम यूज कर सकते हैं. मतलब क्या यूज कर सकते हैं? थ्योरम यूज कर सकते हैं मतलब हम दो फॉर्मूले यूज कर सकते हैं. साइड ऑपोजिट टू 30 डिग्री का फॉर्मूला एंड साइड ऑपोजिट टू 60 डिग्री का फॉर्मूला, राइट? नाउ टेल मी स्टूडेंट्स, 30 डिग्री के सामने, 30 डिग्री के सामने कौन सा साइड है? यस, QT, एंड PT इज साइड ऑपोजिट टू 60 डिग्री. सो PT किसके सामने है? 60 डिग्री. सो 60 डिग्री के जो सामने साइड है PT, उसके बारे में हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? We know that side opposite to 60 degrees √3/2 into hypotenuse. So PT is equal to √3/2 into hypotenuse. इस राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल PTQ में hypotenuse PQ है. PQ is the hypotenuse, so √3/2 PQ. Right? Now, students, as I have said to you all, अगर आपका ध्यान था तभी आपको समझा होगा बहुत easily. We wanted the value of PT in terms of PQ. So we have got the value of PT in terms of PQ. So यहाँ पर हमको एक equation number देना होगा. We'll mark this as equation number 3 and reason would be side opposite to 60 degree. बराबर? Perfect. Okay. Now side opposite to 60 degree use करके हो गया. Side opposite to 30 degree. Now side opposite to 30 degree. अभी P 30 डिग्री है तो इसके सामने कौन सा साइड है? QT. Now we know that side opposite to 30 degree is half of hypotenuse, so QT किसका हाफ है? It's half of PQ. Reason side opposite to 30 degree. But यहाँ पर कुछ बच्चों को डाउट आता है, सर हमें PT का वैल्यू चाहिए था in terms of PQ, and then किसका वैल्यू चाहिए? ST का in terms of PQ. QT का नहीं चाहिए. But then students, ST is a part of QT. Remember this, ST is a part of QT. तो QT अगर PQ के टर्म्स में मिला है तो वो अपने काम का है. We'll mark this as equation number 4. Reason side opposite to 30 degree. Did you understand this? So we have used 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem here. Fine. So now I have listed down all the equations which we require for further solving. देखो बच्चों, it's very clear. PS स्क्वायर चाहिए था लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में, PS स्क्वायर मिला है हमको. PT स्क्वायर नहीं चाहिए तो वी वांटेड PT इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ, बिकॉज राइट हैंड साइड में PQ चाहिए. तो वी गॉट PT इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ. अब वी वांट ST इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ. वी वांट ST इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ, बट वी नो दैट वेरी वेल ST किसका पार्ट है? QT का. तो अगर आप ध्यान से QT को देखो, QT को ध्यान से देखो तो QT दो पार्ट्स का बना है. QT is made up of two segments. QT is equal to QS plus ST, and reason is Q dash S dash T, right? So हमें किसका वैल्यू ढूंढना है in terms of PQ now? ST का वैल्यू ढूंढना है in terms of PQ. किसका वैल्यू ढूंढना है? ST का वैल्यू ढूंढना है in terms of PQ. So let us take ST separate, मतलब ST को अकेला रखते हैं. अगर ST को अकेला रखना है तो QS को शिफ्ट करना होगा. तो ये QS जो प्लस है, यहाँ पर कुछ भी साइन नहीं, मतलब प्लस. सो QS अगर शिफ्ट हो गया तो माइनस हो जाएगा. सो यू कैन से देयरफॉर ST इज इक्वल टू QT माइनस QS. QT उधर ही है, QS को शिफ्ट किया तो QT माइनस QS, राइट? नाउ देयरफॉर ST इज इक्वल टू QT के बारे में क्या पता है हमको? देखो कोई इक्वेशन 1, 2, 3, 4 में, यस इक्वेशन 4 में दिखाई देता है QT इज हाफ PQ. सो QT के जगह पर लिखेंगे हाफ PQ माइनस QS. QS के बारे में कुछ पता है क्या? इक्वेशन 1, 2, 3, 4 में QS के बारे में नहीं. 1, 2, 3, 4 में कुछ पता नहीं, बट गिवन में देखो, क्वेश्चन में ऊपर देखेंगे तो पता है कि QS इज 1/3 ऑफ QR. सो QS के जगह पर लिख सकते हैं 1/3 QR. सो कहां से मिला? फ्रॉम 4 एंड गिवन, राइट? परफेक्ट. ओके, बट इफ यू रिमेंबर हमें ST का वैल्यू चाहिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ, तो QR नहीं चलेगा, ये PQ चलेगा बट QR नहीं चलेगा. सो नाउ QR को अगर ध्यान से देखो इक्वेशन 1 में स्टूडेंट्स, QR और PQ इक्वल है इक्वेशन 1 में, तो QR के जगह पर क्या लिख सकते हैं? PQ लिख सकते हैं. सो वी कैन से देयरफॉर ST इज इक्वल टू हाफ PQ माइनस 1/3 PQ. QR के जगह पर PQ लिखा फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1, बिकॉज QR और PQ दोनों इक्वल है, तो QR के जगह पर हम PQ लिख सकते हैं. अब स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर हम LCM लेंगे. 2 3 6, तो डिनोमिनेटर हो जाएगा 6 एंड 3 मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा ऊपर 1 को, 3 1 जा 3 एंड यहाँ पर 2 क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई 2 1 जा 2. So you can say therefore ST is equal to 3PQ minus 2PQ upon 6. I hope all of you have understood this. ये क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई होगा 3 1 जा 3 and 2 1 जा 2. So 3PQ minus 2PQ upon 6. So therefore ST is equal to 3PQ minus 2PQ. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 upon 6 PQ. Equation number 5. So now we have got the value of ST in terms of PQ. देखो स्टूडेंट्स, इक्वेशन 2 हमने मार्क किया था, याद है ना? PS स्क्वायर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में बराबर मिला. देन PT नहीं चाहिए तो वी वांट PT इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ, तो वो मिल गया इक्वेशन 3 में, PT इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ. देन वी वांटेड ST इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ, तो इतना सॉल्विंग के बाद हमें मिला है ST इन टर्म्स ऑफ PQ नाउ, राइट? जो हमारे काम के इक्वेशन से वो हमने लिए हैं. So now we will rewrite equation 2 again. Equation 2 वापस लिखेंगे. So PS square is equal to PT नहीं चाहिए. PT नहीं चाहिए. We want PT in terms of PQ. So what do we know about PT? Yes, we know that PT is root 3 upon 2 PQ. So PT square मतलब root 3 upon 2 PQ the whole square. बराबर? Plus ST भी नहीं चाहिए. So what we know about ST in terms of PQ? We know that ST is 1 upon 6 PQ, right? So ST square मतलब 1 upon 6 PQ the whole square. तो ये वैल्यू कहां से मिला? ये वैल्यू मिला इक्वेशन 3 से. ये वैल्यू कहां से मिला? इक्वेशन 5 से. और ये पूरा इक्वेशन कहां से मिला? इक्वेशन 2 से. So reason would be from 2, 3 and 5. That understood this? Now we'll solve this. Therefore PS square is equal to root 3 का square is 3 and 2 का square is 4. So we can say 3 PQ square upon 4, right? Plus 1 का square is 1. So PQ square upon 6 का square is 36. So PQ square upon 36, right? Now students, we have to take LCM here. 4 and 36 का अगर आप LCM लोगे, 36 is a multiple of 4, मतलब 36 4 के टेबल में आता है. So जो हाईएस्ट नंबर होगा वही LCM होगा. So 36 is the LCM. बराबर? परफेक्ट. अच्छा, अब स्टूडेंट्स अंडरस्टैंड, यहां पर भी 36 होगा तो LCM बराबर हो सकता था 36, बराबर है कि नहीं? So ये 4 को अगर आप 9 से मल्टीप्लाई करो तो 36 हो सकता है. मतलब अगर डिनोमिनेटर को 9 से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो न्यूमरेटर को भी 9 से मल्टीप्लाई करना चाहिए. So 4 how much जा 36? 4 9 जा 36. So ऊपर भी 9 से मल्टीप्लाई करो. So 3 9 जा, ऊपर 9 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 3 9 जा 27 PQ square. I hope all of you have understood this. देखो डिनोमिनेटर इक्वल, LCM मतलब क्या? डिनोमिनेटर इक्वल करना है. So LCM is 36. तो यहाँ का डिनोमिनेटर भी 36 होना चाहिए था, तो ये LCM बराबर बोल सकते हैं. तो 4 9 जा, तो अगर नीचे 9 से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो ऊपर भी 9 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 9 3 जा 27 PQ square plus PQ square as it is, because denominator 36 ही है. बराबर? So now we can say therefore PS square is equal to 27 PQ square plus PQ square is 28 PQ square upon 36. Now 28 and 36 both are multiple of 4, तो 4 के टेबल में कैंसिल हो सकते हैं. 4 7 जा 28, 4 9 जा 36. So we can say therefore PS square is equal to 7 upon 9 PQ square. बराबर? अब क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई, ये जो 9 डिवीजन में है वो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में जाके मल्टीप्लाई होगा. So we can say therefore 9 PS square is equal to 7 PQ square. 9 PS square is equal to 7 PQ square, and this is what we wanted to prove. Did you understand, students? A very important sum for 4 marks, but very simple sum. Here we need to know we have used theorem of Pythagoras, we have used the 30 60 90 triangle theorem, and then we have used betweenness as well, Q dash S dash T. So ये दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि which all concepts are we using, and then we have to solve this sum. Is it clear? So that's it for today's lecture. We have completed entire. Now few sums which we have not recorded, they are very simple sums, and I want you to do those sums on your own. 3 to 4 sums I didn't do in the recordings. That is specially rather for you all to solve it on your own. Okay. So bye-bye for now. God bless. Take care. Do not forget to subscribe my channel for further chapters. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the updates about further chapters as well. And last but not the least, please do like the video and share the videos as much as possible. जिनको देखना हो देख सकते हैं. They can benefit from it. Is it clear, all of you? Bye. Good day.